fun. So this one is called, I want to make sure I say it right, Hildy's Brew. So Hildy is a cute little character that comes back to visit on a pretty regular basis. And this one's called Hildy's Brew, so sweet little Halloween. And this one's finished in a flat fold. So, really nicely done. Probably Vonna Pfeiffer's technique. And it's got some beautiful chenille on the side, which I would venture a guess is also Lady Dot. And that, I don't want to say for sure that's Picture This Plus. I don't have the chart in front of me. Picture This Plus definitely does some fabric that looks very reminiscent of that. So it's definitely an overdyed, and it looks like Picture This Plus. It could be something else. It could be hand dyed by Stephanie or something else. But I'm sure you can find some fabric that would do that justice. It'd be really cool. DMC makes some glow-in-the-dark floss, which would be really cool to use for some of this. I know I've got a friend who's stitching with me, although I've only done the border, Halloween at Hawk Run Hollow, and she's used some of the glow-in-the-dark floss. Let's get a good look at that. It's so pretty. Fun. But that would be a great place for some glow-in-the-dark floss. This one is really beautiful. This was a reproduction of an antique, and this one is called SL 1849. And so it's a Friesian. Friesland. Sorry. Friesland. So it's a little bit of a Dutch motif. And this was fun. If you go back and watch Michelle's videos, you'll see where she acquired the sampler and then how excited she was about reproducing it. And so it's gorgeous. It's fun. I like how pretty it is. I like the color palette. It's a beautiful one. Very nicely done. I like how it's framed. The frame is perfectly complementary for it. And this frame, very cool. I think was a find from Goodwill. Look how perfect it is. It fits in there perfectly. So, and she laced the back of it. She's a good little lacer. Good to see that. So that was SL 1849. Let's look at it again. I have a hard time putting things down. I love it. Okay. And you know, if you find a frame that you like the look of that's not the perfect color, and you find it, you know, at Goodwill or something like that, repaint it. She might have repainted that one. I don't know. Just make it work. Repaint it, especially right now where it's hard to get out and buy, you know, something new. All right, this is another one of my favorites, and it's called Alice's Mad Plant, and it says we're all mad here, and I love it. And so look at this frame. This is another one that I think she found, you know, at a consignment shop or at Goodwill. It's perfect for this. But I love the color play in here. This is one I'm going to stitch for sure. I just love how fun it is. So it's a takeoff from Alice in Wonderland, and that's what's called Alice's Mad Plant. But you see the hat and the little Queen of Hearts little top knot there with her crown, the white rabbit and the watch and the potion. I love this one. That one has a future with my little craft room. This one is fun, and it's called It's a Messy Bun Day. And first look at the back. I know that was mean. How beautiful is that? That's gorgeous. Very nicely finished. It's a messy bun day. So it's like Princess Leia. So got the buns on the side of the head. And that's just fun. Fun stuff. But yeah, the finish. And this just gives you an idea of how you can finish like that. It's just a different strip of fabric. And that's a herringbone going across there. And you've got chenille on the side. And this is like a little log cabin almost kind of wrap around. A beautiful finish. So that one's really fun. And I like the colors. Very nice. Okay, this one is called Hildy's Strawberry Patch, and I love this. So this is Hildy. This is the little witch that we saw before, and she's on her ladybug, and she's taking a little ride through her strawberry patch. Isn't it pretty? And this is a fantastically finished strawberry. So, and it looks like Weeks linen on the top, and it looks like it is a herringbone linen. I mean, not linen, wool, which we carry Weeks wool, of course. But a great little finish on top, and it's a little pin cushion. But Miss Hildy's Wild Ride. It's called Hildy's Strawberry Patch. Let's see if I can get it closer for you. The detail is fantastic and the colors are perfect. She did an excellent job with this. So, I know lots of people like strawberries right now. That's a good one. Okay, this one's another one that's got a really cool finish, and it's called Stitch Always, and I love this. And it looks like it's on, that might be, and this is on Ada, I think. I think this is an 18 count Ada. And so, you know, that's the other cool thing about most of these designs. There are, I want to say, almost all pretty much exclusively cross stitch. And so if you love stitching on Ada, and there's not a thing in the world wrong with Ada, I think this one's Ada, you know, these are great patterns for you because you don't have to worry about, you know, counting threads. If you want to learn to stitch on linen, that's great. We'll get you there. But if you just enjoy Ada, and I stitch on Ada sometimes because there's some beautiful Ada, and it's an easier stitch, to be honest. It's easier to see, and so in a way it's more pleasurable sometimes because you're not struggling with counting threads. So sometimes I do it because I enjoy it. There you go. But this one's called Stitch Always, and it's finished on a kitchen trivet again, and so she's repurposed this, which I think is fantastic. So that gives you some ideas of what you can do with some fun finds. Very, very pretty. Okay. This little guy is called Noel, and it's got palms, you know, trimming it. Hold it up here. And she made it into a beautiful little Christmas ornament. And it is stitched on the fabric flare, I think is probably the linen with the little polka dots already on it. And then, you know, she just finished it really nicely. Just a little flat finish. That's really pretty. If you want to gear up for your Christmas in July, get your stuff ready. We've got a number of little models getting out there stitched right now. Some of our folks that had to stay home just to be safe during the quarantine time, I sent them home with models. And one person got like a fat half maybe of fabric and like 8 or 9 of hands-on design Christmas ornaments. So I think she's been working away at that. It's fun. Okay. This one is a really special one. This was new this year at Nashville Needlework Market, and this is a collaboration with Janine McGowan of the Blue Flower and Michelle Garrett of Bendy Stitchy. And so you could have bought this design from either of them. And it's just beautiful. And it's called the Friendship Sampler. Friendship Sampler. So I love it. Let's see if I can get it up close for you. And so you could stitch this like this together, or you could stitch it as double-sided. They're the same size. You could make it double-sided, and you could make it into, sorry about that, Main Street Americana. You could make it into an ornament or a stand-up, or, you know, kind of a wide pin disc or a floss keep. And to make something like this into a floss keep, you would, as you put it together, which this will be two-sided, you would insert little floss rings on the bottom of one side, and then you could attach your floss rings to it, which would be nice. So this is called the Friendship Sampler, and this is the Blue Flower and Bendy Stitchy, and this was new for 2020. I love it. So I love the pink fox. He looks like a little Viking fox. Looks like a little Viking ship with that pink fox. And then the bear holding the life preserver. And I love the swan at the bottom. Good ships and wood ships, ships that sail the sea, The best ships are friendships, may they always be. And please do note the little squirrel there. So, good ships and wood ships, ships that sail the sea. The best ships are friendships, may they always be. So this would be great. From one friend to another. So, beautiful. Okay, this is called the Rolodex Morning Sampler. And this is a special one. I know Michelle tells a story about creating this one for a friend of hers who asked for it, which is really pretty cool. So it's kind of a fun one. And it says, no grave can hold my body down. I'll crawl home to her. And that, I forget what that's from. That's from what, something, a story or a song or something like that. And I forget. And you guys can post it here and correct me. I apologize. But it's a beautiful willow tree. And it's just a really sweet morning sample. I love the gate. She did a great job with that. The whole thing. I love the border around it. I love the tree. I love that gate a lot. A lot. And the graveyard is really nicely done. So the perspective on the graveyard is just beautiful. Like you can see the tombstones back through there. It's just beautiful. And I mean, if you're not into the words on this one, you can put different words on it and still use this as a beautiful morning sampler. And morning samplers are a really nice thing. I mean, they give you a chance to put your emotions onto linen a little bit for, you know, a person or a pet that you've lost, or, you know, whatever's happened to you. And, you know, it's a little bit cathartic. I actually really like morning samplers, and I think that's a beautiful one. And it's really beautiful stitched. And I'm going to show it to you again. It's actually stitched on Aida. And that is a Picture This Plus Aida. And it's perfect for this. And I'm sure it's listed on the chart, and we'll make sure we list it online for you. So really pretty. I love the detail on that one. It's really nicely done. This one is called Literary Alice. This is another one that I really love. And I like how she finished it again. She's got the palms on the inside of the frame, which are really nice. This one's just really beautiful. I love Alice in Wonderland. In Oxford, in the UK, the town of Oxford, which is not that far away from London. When I lived in London, I used to take a train over there for like a day trip. They have a whole shop that's the Alice in Wonderland shop, and they've just got the neatest things in there. So that's a really beautiful one. Literary Alice. Another one that's really nicely done. Also stitched on Aida. So, okay. This one is called Snowbird, and it's really one of my favorites too. Now you notice that it's finished in this little urn, which is fantastic. And this little urn, this top is not secure in here, so I'm going to hold it. This little urn, it could be secure. You could make it secure if you wanted to do it. Can also be a scissor frog. So when you find a little urn like this, it's got all these little holes around the edge. It's great to hold your scissors. So you can make it a little scissor frog. But this is called Snowbird, and it's just really beautiful. I'll get up close for you. But I love the finish on this. So you finish it into a pincushion, and if you find a really cool little urn like this, you can make it into whatever, you know, if it has those little holes, or you find one like that, that's a perfect scissor frog. It keeps your little scissors or your other little toolies. And you can make it like Michelle did, where the top is comes out. It's pretty heavy in there. Oh, so she took the lid. That's smart. So she took the lid of this thing and turned it upside down and attached it to the lid and sat it inside. That was smart. So this actually was a candy vase or something like that, because this is attached to the lid. That's fantastic. Good finish. So, yeah. I've bought a lot of little dishes and things like that from a big box shop like Walmart or something like that, with the intent of doing something just like that, and haven't sat down to do it yet. So I love how that's finished. I love that that's the little lid turned upside down, and I didn't notice that until I took it out, and I noticed it was heavy. You saw me do it. So that was fun. So there is one more. This looks like Hildy again. A very Hildy Yule. Okay. So it's Hildy with her boyfriend. And this is a Christmas one, but you've got your little Dracula there. Very cool. So sweet. I love it. Little Hildy in her little striped socks. Our screen froze up before, so we had to come back. So this is another one with a picture of this plus fabric. Just really beautiful. And another perfect framing job. So she's good at that. She's good at that. That is all of our trunk show for Bendy Stitchy. So we have 24 of her charts online for you. I hope you enjoyed that. She's fun. And there's several of these that I do definitely want to stitch. And I really love how she finished these things. So that's great that you can see that, you could just use some things that you find that, you don't always have to pay a fortune to get something framed. You can find stuff at a Goodwill shop. You can find something in your house that you're not using anymore and repurpose it. It's just a great illustration of how to do that. So thank you, Michelle, for letting us have the models. A, because the stitching is beautiful and we love the designs, but B, for all the really cool finishes. So thanks for that. Now, before we finish up, because I know it's been long because I've been talking for a while, I want to show you this modern folk embroidery. So this was the Sal from 2019. I think that's the Sal from 2019. It might be 2018. It has to be 2018. I think that's the Sal from 2018. It is, because it says so on it. So Allie stitched this when she was here with us. And it's fun. It's been in the shop for a while, and people ask us all the time for the color conversion because it's a monochromatic sampler when Jacob put it out. Now, if you don't know anything about modern folk embroidery, it's fantastic. And we have all of his charts, I think most of them. If we don't have them all, it's just because I don't have them up on the website. We work with him a lot. Actually met him one time in Europe, and he's just such a sweet, talented man. He's fantastic. So we love his work. He does good stuff, and he's very super easy for us to work with. And a lot of you I know are stitching the 2020 stitch along, which I haven't started yet, confession of the heart, but it's big on my to-do list. So I will be doing that. I'm going to finish up Maple Toque, and then the world is my oyster. I can stitch whatever I want to. And that one I probably will start first because I just love it. But this one, beautiful. And so one of our employees, maybe it might have taken two of them one day, sat down and pulled all the colors. And I think there were a couple customers in here too that helped. They wanted the color conversion. We just had not ever taken the time to do it. Because when Allie stitched this, she just used little bits and pieces, which is fantastic. So, it just goes to show if you've got time, you can sit down and do that too. And when we do our next video, I'm going to talk about a lot of his samplers, and I'll take that one down and hold it up close for you so you can see it. But she just did this using random bits and pieces of floss that were left over. So she had absolutely no idea what she used for this. And some of them are over dyes and some of them are solid dyes. And so I think it took about 4 people one day, an hour at least, if not a couple hours, to work through and do a color conversion for it. And so I'll have that color conversion available for you. I know a lot of you have already bought the chart from us, so I won't make you buy the chart again from us. But if you do buy the chart, we'll have it included with the chart going forward. And if you already bought the chart and you just want the color conversion, maybe you bought it from Jacob, we'll publish that out there for you so that you can have it. We'll put it probably under the product for this one. We'll put a picture of this one up as the product code, and we'll put it in there so you can go in there and see it there, and we'll put together a floss kit for it. So I just wanted you to know that was coming up, and I wanted you to know that we finally did it, because we've had it for a couple of years and haven't done it, and people were asking us for it. And we did it before the quarantine. I just haven't had a chance to talk about it yet. So look for that online, and next time we have a little get together like this, we'll be talking more about the modern folk embroidery samplers, and maybe it won't be next time because I really want to start mine, and I can't start it until I finish Mabel. Hold myself to that, which I will finish Mabel this weekend, I think. So anyway, it might be 2 videos out, but we're going to circle back on modern folk embroidery and have some fun chat about that and show you some things. We've got another one that Allie finished that's beautiful. I've got one that's almost finished that I just need to finish it up. And so they're just fun to stitch. A lot of people have bought charts from us for modern folk embroidery and stitched them, and they're just gorgeous. So, if you want to go out to the Sassy Jacks Facebook group and post some of your modern folk embroidery finishes, we would love that. That would be fantastic. Outside of that, I've covered a whole lot of things here. Don't forget to tell me what you think about Cosmo Floss if you've used that before. And I really appreciate you hanging with me through all this, and I hope that you are having a great week or weekend whenever you see this. And we will be back soon and talk some more. Bye.